Decision Making by Dr. Kim Townsend. Some decisions are easy, while others are more complicated. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Even children make decisions. As you enter adolescence, you will make more and more decisions. You have already made many decisions today. As you grow older, you'll have to make decisions about serious issues. Poor decisions as an adolescent can affect you and other people for years to come. Teenagers sometimes believe that nothing bad will happen as a result of poor choices. However, we know that is not true. Learning to make better decisions can improve your life. You may choose to avoid bad outcomes and reach your goals. What is decision making? Decision making is the process of making a choice between two or more alternatives or options. Decision making is influenced by a reference group. These are people you think can help. They can offer you advice. However, each individual is ultimately responsible for his or her own decisions. Dr. T's way, there are many decision-making models out there. This is Dr. T's way. Number 1, state the problem or the goal. You have to be honest and find out what the real problem really is and what the real goal is. Number 2, list all your options, all your alternatives, all your choices, and list the pros, the good things about each option, and the cons, the bad thing about each option. Just make a chart, make a list, make a graphic. Sometimes seeing all this written in front of you helps us to make the decision. Number 3, consider or think about your values, resources, and goals. Choose an option. Number 4, implement the decision. Just do it. Put it into action. Number 5, evaluate the decision. How did it work out? Did you make the best choice? Could you have done anything differently? There are obstacles to decision making. This is advanced stuff to think about, so just sit back and let this kind of run into your brain. But an obstacle is something that's in the way. You can see in the picture that there's concrete blocks that are hindering or they're in the way of anyone trying to drive on this road. So now we're going to talk about some obstacles or hindrances to decision making. 1, you may not have enough information or you may not have the skill set. There's grown-up decisions that you're just not quite ready to make yet because you don't have the skill set for it and you just don't know what the outcomes might be. Another one is you're unsure of your ability to make successful decisions. If you haven't made decisions as a child or decisions that you've made have had a poor outcome, then you may have not a lot of confidence in your ability. A fancy new word is called decidophobia. A phobia is a fear. Decidophobia is a fear of making wrong decisions or a mistake. And that's just somebody who doesn't want to accept the consequences or take the responsibility for making a decision. Another obstacle is worrying too much about other people's opinions. Another obstacle is avoiding responsibility because, hey, if I don't make a decision, I can't possibly be responsible for it, right? Can't blame me. Another obstacle is trying to avoid conflict, especially in relationships. And this is sometimes called passing the buck when you let someone else make the decisions for you because you just don't want to have an argument about it. But then on the inside, you may be angry about it. The last one on this page is just being afraid of change. Well, in life, change is going to be inevitable. It's going to happen whether we want it to or not. There are even more obstacles to decision making. You may be indecisive. That means you can't make a decision or you don't want to make a decision because of stress. If we're stressed out, we just really can't think straight, and it can cause us to make poor decisions. When we're sick, most of our energy in our body is going to try to get us better, and we don't have a whole lot left over to make decisions. Sometimes medication will cause us to think not quite as clearly. Of course, depression can cause people to think not in the correct manner sometimes. Imposter syndrome is people making decisions when they just think, oh, I shouldn't be the person making these decisions. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not athletic enough. They think that they're a fake or an imposter. Another obstacle is just feeling overwhelmed. We have too much to do, too many decisions to make. Sometimes it's just difficult to make any kind of decision or to make good ones. Sometimes we're afraid of the unknown. We don't know what this decision is going to do for us. We know that it's going to change our life, but we just don't know how. Some people just don't have good judgment. You probably know some people like that. It seems like they always are making the worst decision. And then we come to procrastination. That's just putting things off. We have everything we need to make this decision. We have the skills, we have the resources, but we're just delaying it and putting it off because we're lazy or don't want to take responsibility. About those choices. Every decision probably has some risk in it or at least some sacrifice. To choose one thing, one may have to go without the other thing. Sometimes people like to say, I didn't have a choice. We always have at least two choices. We may not like them, or both may not be great options, but we always have a choice. Dr. Townsend says that we always have a choice. We may not like our choices. We still have to make a decision. Let's talk about maturity and handling your business. Many decisions must be made about your life. These decisions range from what you wear to what career you choose. If you don't make the decisions, someone else will. You and I both know that there are plenty of other people who will handle your business if you let them. If you want to develop control over your own life as you grow towards becoming an adult, making good choices is important. Make good decisions about small things to help you make good decisions about larger things. When you make a good decision, celebrate. When you make a bad decision, think about what went wrong, evaluate. Honest evaluation will make you smarter for future decisions. Good or bad, make your choices and own them. Don't toss blame to others. My final advice about decision making: simple. Make your decisions, enjoy the pleasures, and deal with the consequences.